Oh, the green screen is crazy. I didn't even know I could green screen on here. Hey guys, drop your location in the chat when you get here. Hey guys, so I'm taking you guys out on my walk with me. If you're a walker, check in below. So I'm kind of like on a mission to go live more on YouTube, even if that means taking up some of my walking time to do it. Now y'all not gonna be with me on every walk now because it's my private time. But if you're watching this later, drop a replay in the chat. And if you're a walker, or even if you're not a walker, if you're on a fitness journey, just drop it in the chat. Drop yes in the chat. If you're in a fitness journey, drop yes in the chat. If you plan on getting on a fitness journey and you don't know where to start, I actually really love connecting with y'all on here. It's just I'm getting back into the groove of like live content and creating content and stuff like that. So I figured this would be a good time to jump on here and go live, even if it's just for a little bit to check in with you guys to see how you guys are doing. So I'm 2.5 years in on my fitness journey, and I know this channel isn't necessarily about fitness. It's really about hair, but sometimes I like to give y'all glimpses into my life so you guys can kind of get to know me a little better. But I am 2.5 years into my fitness journey. It'll be three in December of no, no, it'll be three total for walking in the gym. December 22, September 2022. It'll be 3 years that I've been back in the gym. So I kind of started my eat in attack. I started my fitness journey for a few reasons. One of the main reasons being I had gained weight that was affecting me like negatively, mentally, physically, all that good stuff, and it was really taking a toll on my mental health. So I decided to start, where I was at. At the time that I started, I was 230 pounds. For reference, I'm 5'5.5", 5'6". So I'm not tall. I'm like average height for a woman, but that weight wasn't sitting well on me. Um, and I was always inflamed. I was always, my cortisol levels were through the roof. Drop a one if you guys can hear me okay too. My cortisol levels were through the roof, which means I was stressed out. I was building business. I owned a salon. I had employees, all of that good stuff. But the stress, while I thought I was managing it well, was really, I was just honestly internalizing all the stress. I wasn't really letting it out. So now I do like midday walks. The sun isn't really out today, like talking about it, thank the Lord. Um, because walking, um, how old are you, Shauna? And hi. How old are you? And if you can hear me, okay, press one. But the sun isn't really out right now, so I went to the gym earlier, and I walked on the treadmill, and I did weightlifting too. But I went to the gym, and I walked, and so my goal has been to add an additional 30-minute walk to my days, no matter what. Um, add an additional walk to my days, no matter what, even if it's just an additional 30 minutes. So I walk one day, go to the gym the next day, walk one day. And I've been able to consistently keep the schedule for 2.5 years now. And I have a rule for myself. I don't allow myself to miss more than 2 days in a row. When you get here, drop your location in the chat. Okay, so Shauna, I'm 37. And so my goal, I started this journey when I was 34. So my goal was to get in shape, or is to get in shape before I hit 40. Because listen, this is hard. This is my third fitness journey that I've ever taken serious in my life. And this is way harder. I can't walk your back. Okay, so listen. See this? Wait, hold up. I don't want to turn to orientation. Look, this is a back brace. I walk with a back brace. I used to have like severe back issues. Get you a back brace, girl. If it's that bad, get you a corset and a back brace. On my work, like during my times where I was just absolutely just in horrible shape, um, I wore a corset and a back brace to work. I'm a hairstylist. I wore it to work. As a matter of fact, I wore a corset, a back brace. Some days when it was really bad, I would have my assistant tape icy highs to my back, and I was taking 800 to 1600 milligram ibuprofen just to work, literally just to go to work. So, you know, and double tap the screen if you guys are finding this live helpful at all. Um, if you are on a fitness journey, you want to get on a fitness journey, you don't know where to start, walk. And when I say walk, I mean start with just walking 10 minutes after you eat any meal that you eat, excuse me, any meal that you eat. Start with a 10-minute walk afterwards. Get you a walking pad. If you don't want to buy a walking pad, join a gym just so you can go on a treadmill. Start with 10 to 30-minute walks a day. That's it. If that's overwhelming to your brain, start with 10 to 30-minute walks every other day. Because the thing about consistency is that no one ever tells you is it has to be built. Consistency is built over time. Consistency is not built. You just wake up one day and like, oh, I'm consistent. That's not how that happened. I've been doing this for, like I said, 2.5 years, going on three. And I'm gonna tell you something. This consistency built over time. Today is actually a gym day for me. There was a time where I would have been like, if I go to the gym, I'm not walking. Like if I go lift weights, I'm not walking. And now I go to the gym, and on the same day I go walk. I also walk. I walk 4 miles on my walking, 4 to 6 miles on my walking days. You would think menopause isn't anything but that. No, so I have PMDD. So the period affecting you stuff, it really hit me like a ton of bricks. That's actually one of the things that made me start getting in shape because once I got diagnosed with PMDD, I knew something was wrong with me. I just didn't know what was wrong with me. But once the doctor diagnosed me with PMDD, and she was like, "Yeah, if you lose weight, it'll help." Girl, I was like, "Okay, well, we got to figure this out." So what happened is I started going on TikTok and binge watching walking videos, and a lot of those women really inspired me, and it was women of all races: white, black, Hispanic, Asian. Everybody was posting their walking journeys, and it really helped me because some of them even have PCOS. Now I don't have PCOS. I have PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. So I'm just saying that even though I'm not going through menopause, I am going through something menstrual cycle related, which has altered my life, if I'm being honest. Like, it's completely altered my life, but dropping 50 pounds has made a drastic difference, and walking has made a drastic difference. Like, people don't think walking works because I was one of those people. I was definitely one of them people that was like, bro, I'm not about to walk. What am I gonna walk for? Like, that ain't gonna work because I used to be a runner. But that was just me being arrogant, to be honest with you. It was just me being arrogant, unknowingly arrogant. So, double tap the screen if this video helps you. Every double tap helps me get more eyes on my content on YouTube, like all of my content, not just this one video. So if you enjoy my content, double tap the screen and give me some likes so that more of my stuff can get distributed out there so YouTube could be like, oh, this is important to people. Yes, walking is fantastic. It's one of my favorite things to do now. I think my sound is starting to get a little muffled because it's getting windy out here. But walking is one of my favorite things to do. I have a walking pad on the days where I wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. and it's a walking day and not a gym day. I still get up and go. I either get up and go to the gym and walk on the treadmill, or I turn on my 30-minute walking video on YouTube with this lady named Leslie Sanson. If you look her up, she has free walking videos. or whatnot, and I use the same two videos, and that gets my day board. Thank you, Shawnee. Yeah, it's like 24 actually. So it's 24 of y'all on here. If all of y'all just double tap the screen once, that'll help me help more people see it. Yeah, no. So if if you are discouraged, I hope this encouraged you, but you got to stick with it, honestly. And I know people say that, but I think the issue most of the time is we're not taught the skill of like sustainability and consistency and how to actually do it. I know I used to think consistency was like you're at 100% every single day. Like, but that's not true. Consistency could be you being at 100% 2 days in a row, and then on day three, you're at 1%, but you still got up and did something, right? So I always had my concept of consistency was always just wrong and distorted. And that's what was messing me up because I thought that I had to be 100% every single day. There are days where you're 20%, 30%, like I said, 1%, 10%. Hell, starting out, if you're really just starting, you might have more 10% days than 100% days. But you know what I found? The days that you only have 10% actually matter more than the days that you have 100% because it builds the consistency. Your consistency, unfortunately, is not built on the good days, it's built on the days where you don't feel like it. That's when it's built. Those are the days when it's built. When you don't goddamn feel like it. When you don't want to get up. And knowing that has helped me. So let's say I have a day where I'm only 10%, right? I'll tell myself, go walk for 10 minutes. And if after 10 minutes you don't feel like doing it no more, well, then you did something for the day. It's built on those days. It's not built on the days where you just feel like it. Like, well, you're not going to feel like it every day. That's just the honest to God truth. Some days you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, "What is this life? Are you telling me that I gotta get up and go do this again?" And the answer is actually yes. Yes, you do have to get up and go do it again. Stuff like this also helps me too. On days where I don't feel like it, getting on YouTube or getting on live and talking to people, it helps me because I show up. It helps me to show up. Like getting on here talking to y'all helps me to show up. Like I said, I already went to the gym today, but so this was my gym regimen today. I went there, I did a warm up for 10 minutes, which was a 10-minute walk. And yes, I do eat before I go, but I eat because I'm going to walk for 10 minutes before I start my workout um, at the gym. So I lifted for like an hour, and then I went in the sauna for another 25 minutes. And then I got out of there and walked on the treadmill for another 20 minutes. So started doing work, and took a break. And now I'm at the park because there's an overcast outside walking for, I think, my 30 minutes. Yeah, it's been 30 minutes already. And I've been on here I was walking half without being on here. And now I'm on live talking to y'all. And it's already been 13 minutes. So, wow, you have a free gym? Shauna, get it together. Baby, get it together. Attach it to something. Another thing is habit stacking. Attach it to something. Make it part of your nighttime routine. If you have a walking pad at home, say before you go to bed, you're going to walk on a walking pad for 15 minutes. Or if you are a Leslie Sanson fan, do one of her videos as part of your nighttime wind down. Eh, wind down, right? Because you can actually, like, like some nights it feels great to take like a long walk, take a shower, and then go home and pass out because I've exerted myself. I've exhausted myself. So I actually sleep a lot better. You know, now I don't like doing like heavy lifting or anything at night unless, of course, I'm going to exhaust myself. But I usually take like pre workout and all of that in the daytime. Yeah, I'm not doing that at night because I want to go to bed. All right. But I also slept for 10 hours yesterday. So, well, 10 hours. I went to bed at like 7:30 p.m., 8 o'clock yesterday, simply because I had a funeral. A family member passed, and then it was just a super long day. Um, with the funeral, the the repast, then the repast after the repast, at a family member's house. So I was going since like 5 a.m. and by 7 o'clock I was done. So I went home, took a shower, and passed out. But honestly, that day would have given me anxiety before I started my fitness journey because I wouldn't even have the energy to endure. Like I used to hear people say all the time, you live more life when you get in shape. You live more life. And I actually thought they were full of shit. I did. But I'm learning like what they actually mean. Like you have energy to live life. I used to take 2 and 3 hour naps. They got a damn green screen again. I used to take 3 hour naps. Literally. I used to take 3 hour naps. Let me say something. Oh. I used to take 3 hour naps because I was just tired all the time. Now my naps are between, I don't know, my naps are like an hour. That's about it. And I don't take a nap every day. Yeah, before it was every single day. And I used to have this weird fear of getting up and walking in the gym. I mean, getting up super early and going to the gym because I was like, I'm going to be way too tired to do anything later on. That's no longer an issue. It was a capacity issue before. Like, that's not an issue anymore. So, all I'm saying is, you know, start with something. 10, 15 minutes every other day, 30 minutes every other day. Get consistent before you start to try to get results. I know that sounds crazy, but that's actually true. Like, focus on consistency and your results will come. Most people try to focus on the results, but they're not consistent. It don't work like that. And if you're older, and when I say older, I ain't talking about like old. I'm only 37, okay? But if you are in your 30s and you ever like tried to lose weight in your 20s, it won't be the same. Like in my 20s, it was a lot easier, even though it was hard then because I like food. I actually had a food addiction, had a food addiction. But in your 30s, it's harder because you got late 30s anyway. So you got a lot of stuff going on. If you have been out of shape, 9 out of 10, it's taking some toll on your body and it's showing up. So be patient with yourself. Like just focus on being consistent. If you can find something, and it don't have to be walking. Find something you like. If you like riding bikes, go ride bikes. If you like swimming, go swim. It got to be something you like. Okay. I used to be a runner. Um, I live in New Orleans, Shauna, so we just happen to have an overcast today. But it's been hot as hell outside. It's been 93 degrees with a feel of 115. And I'm not exaggerating that either. That's why I'm like out here right now because I have something to do later. So usually, if I walk, it's either gonna be super early in the morning, and this is for outside. It's either gonna be super early in the morning or later that evening, like right before sunset. But I have something to do later on, and push come to shove, I would just use like a Leslie Sansky video, right? But I do prefer to walk outside, and there's an overcast right now, as you can see. So I'm taking advantage of it and out here getting this walk in. Um, and I'm also conditioning my body for winter arc. It's like a TikTok challenge that I did last year that I absolutely love. I don't know about nobody else, but I come alive in the fall and the winter time. The spring and the summer, the spring is cool, but summertime is usually unbearable for me. But surprisingly, and I found this out because of the weight loss, summer isn't as unbearable this year because I'm smaller. Apparently, uh, fat when you have an overabundance of adipose tissue, which is basically body fat, you hold more heat. So hotter weather is more unbearable. But when you lose weight, you don't hold as much heat because you don't have as much adipose tissue. So your internal temperature is cooler. The things you learn, right? Hi. The things you learn. So if you guys want to show support to my channel and you like my videos, whether live or videos, Shauna, have you watched any of my other videos? I think you're a subscriber, so do you get notified of my other videos? But if you would like to see more of my content, just do me a favor and double tap the screen for me. Oh, you're a top fan. Okay, I see it now. But you can absolutely do it. You can absolutely do it. You can absolutely get in shape. It just takes longer than you think it is. However long you think it take, double the time. However much weight you think you gotta lose, double it because it's more than you think it is. Oh, cool. Thanks. But it's more than you think it is. So give yourself grace, okay? Give yourself grace and give yourself sufficient time. Giving myself grace has been the hardest part of all of this because I truly thought I could hate myself into a better body. I really thought I could berate myself into doing better. It's honestly not true. I can't. So I'm gonna try another way. And that way's been working, honestly. Giving myself love and grace and stop being so hard on myself. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I didn't mean to come on here and jump on a soapbox, but I was like, I am trying to make a goal of going live more often. And this is like part of that. So this is me kind of sticking to what I'm saying. So I'll talk to y'all later.